Hello, welcome back. This is going to be a different kind of pick a card reading because it's going to be about finances, and I don't think I've ever done one about this specifically. So we have 3 piles to choose from, 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be about how you can improve your finances basically, or how you can get out of the position you're in if it's something you don't want to be in, or if you like where you're at but you just want to improve it and you want to continue to do well in that area, then this will help you. So starting with pile 1, and I'm going to do these all upright. Goddess of the Moon. I'm going to get some from here. So for this pile, I feel like you are someone who, the more you connect with your intuition and are led that way, the more you're going to be able to actually, it's like that's what increases your finances, because it's connected to your creativity, your intuition, and there's something where you're meant to be led in a way that it's not something you could learn in a class or read in a book. It's not something someone else could have access to. So there's this path that's just for you, and it's up to you if you go on it, but it's like a shortcut that only you have access to or only you know about. And then we have let your intuition lead you. So again, this is, and with this card having, both of these having all this purple and this dark blue, it's to represent the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. But anyway, it's just more confirmation about the more you, and this isn't something that it's gonna feel forced on you. You're gonna probably be someone who has many options, many opportunities, many things available to you, but it's like, it's almost that feeling when you have so many options, you get overwhelmed because you want to make the right choice, but the more options there are, it almost feels like you're just gonna have to sift through that much more. So this is more reason why you're being guided to trust your intuition, because it's wanting to take you, it's going to show you exactly what to choose. So you don't have to, go through each one by one, filtering them out. You can just be led to the exact one you need. You don't have to worry about the rest. And that's how your career, your finances are supposed to go, is like, so this is saying, even if you don't go on this path, that doesn't mean you won't be successful or you won't have great financial wealth. You could just be someone who's naturally talented in that area, or just feels like you naturally bring in money or are able to somehow always take care of your needs. But this is really saying you have this option to cut through everything that other people have to go through because they don't have these specific instructions. It's like this gift that it's just for you if you choose to claim it. And we have the Wonderful. Always maintain your sense of wonder. So you could be someone who has a tendency to get a little too carried away or wrapped up in your work because you are successful. So it's almost like the better you are at something, the more you would want to do it. If it's like someone who's really good at gambling and they always win, so they always gamble, but either way, whatever you're doing, it can take too much out of you, and it's like you're already gifted in this area, but you don't have to be too serious about it. Like, because you have this gift, that's why you're supposed to do other things, if that makes sense. So you're not supposed to be someone who's a workaholic or always focusing on business or like very practical matters. So you're meant to be more in this creative flow. That's where you're gonna feel at ease with, like, in your spirit. Like, that's where you're gonna feel you're just where you're meant to be, at the right place at the right time. So that's what this is all guiding you towards. And then the Youthful, live fearlessly. So this and the always maintain a sense of wonder, these both have a very childlike energy of, it's like the opposite of, I'm hearing a responsible adult, but this doesn't mean you're not responsible. That's kind of the whole point. you naturally are someone who's going to be able to take care of business, take care of your responsibilities. And so that's not where all of your energy is meant to be focused, because that's already kind of a given. Or like you'll always be taken care of. You'll always have your needs met. That's kind of a given. Maybe you come from a line of wealthy families and maybe they've always been very business focused because that's their wealth, but maybe you kind of felt guided in different ways, but maybe felt pressure from them to be more business focused. Whatever the case is, it's just you are at your best when you're in your more childlike energy of creativity, of play, of wonder, and you can feel safe doing that, because other people who aren't at a place where their basic needs and responsibilities are met, if they were to try and be in this and ignore the responsibilities, obviously that wouldn't work out for them. And maybe that's what you've seen, and so you're thinking it'll be the same for you, but that's not the case, and that's the message that this is trying to get to you. Okay, so I just picked this deck up, but this one was left behind. 10 of Pentacles. If you don't already have this wealthy life, or I feel like if you are someone who maybe didn't come from wealth or maybe struggled financially growing up, you are meant to create this legacy. Like your children, your children's children, they're gonna all look back and be like, yeah, I come from a wealthy family because of you. Like you're gonna create this generational wealth. You're gonna create this, but it's not just about money. It's about being abundant in all areas. So that's another thing. If you want, like, if you choose to create this legacy, it's important that you create it in a way that is not all focused on the physical, and it has an equal balance of all the parts, the mental, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, and its attention is focused on all these areas and understands the value of all of them, and that they're all necessary and important to each other also. So I feel like this is a very specific, clear message. I don't really think there's anything else, but let me pull one from this. Any more guidance or what you need to know? 7 of Pentacles. If things feel stagnant or like they're not flowing, they're not working, money's not flowing like you know it should be, connect more to your intuition and you will be guided, because you could tend to look outside of yourself for answers. Maybe you call up a friend who knows a lot about certain things. You try to ask them for advice. Maybe you always check this one website for advice or this one book, but this is guiding you that you're only going to find the answer connecting with your intuition. And it's going to be easier than you think. It's not going to be, if it feels overwhelming, it's going to be a lot simpler than you think. You really just set the intention to want to do whatever it is, to want to find the answer or receive a sign or whatever it is. You just set the intention. It's really that simple. So I'm being guided to tell you to be excited for this part of your journey. I feel you guys have already chosen this path, and just to know, like, congratulations, and you're going to be very excited about this. Okay, thank you, Pile 1, for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, let me shuffle a bit, and we'll move on to Pile 2. So for Pile 2, for your finances, your financial situation, how you can improve it, how it can change for the better, all of these things. I'm being guided to burn this. So you may be feeling guided to clean more than usual, or clean the things that you, that you haven't been getting around to, the things you've been putting off. It's okay, it's at least a little. Actually, let me just grab another red. So you could be guided to just cleanse your space, whether that's physically cleaning or like energetically cleansing your own energy or the space around you. Also, if you do want to get some Palo Santo like this, just make sure, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, I'm just giving advice, but it's good to try and make sure that it's sustainably sourced, so that they're not killing any trees and they're only taking the wood from trees that have already died and fallen, because they are, I don't know if it's called endangered for plants, but that's what they are. Anyway, that was relevant for some reason. So pile 2, let's see. I feel already, before like flipping these cards, I feel like this pile, you guys have been waiting patiently, not waiting as in like sitting around doing nothing, but you've been patiently following the guidance to kind of hold back or stay reserved in certain situations or in certain areas. So it's like, it's almost like a dog, like when someone putting a treat on their nose and being like, wait, like it's right there. They could take it, but there's just this sense of being told or guided to wait, and you are listening. So if that resonates, then this is your pile. Let's see. The Thinking Man. And this one came up, the Moon. So this one does have more of a masculine energy than pile 1. Not that you have to resonate with the masculine energy, but the energy of your finances has more of a masculine energy. And okay, this is coming through. This might be triggering to some people if you're someone who's really hyper independent, but I am getting that for most, if not all of you, pick this pile. Your destiny as far as finances, you're meant to build with somebody. So it's almost like, so if your goal is to be completely independent and self-made, or not just self-made, but have like completely your own money, your own finances, not share or build or partner with anybody else, if that's your goal, don't let this deter you from that path, okay? But for most of you, it's like, I'm almost seeing like a king and a queen coming together, getting married, becoming king and queen, and then they have all this wealth together. It's like, that's how it feels. And if it's not, it feels most of you, this is a romantic relationship, like your partner, you and your partner, whether you're with them now or it's someone you have yet to meet or be with, they're meant to build with you. Like you guys are meant to build an empire together. This feels like you could even be known as a, I'm hearing as a celebrity, so that could even be something, but it's like you guys could invent something and be known for it, or you guys could together like have your own movie production company, or it's just something where both of you build together and create this very very large amount of wealth, basically. So I feel like most of you, maybe you've had to be hyper independent, but that's not what you wanted. Maybe you prefer, or you would like to have somebody there that you can also depend on, because you don't actually believe you're meant to do everything alone in this world, or like anybody is. But at the same time, because of the past, you don't want to put your trust in someone else, especially with finances. You may have been like taken advantage of or stolen from, or any of these things, or just not known how to have good boundaries with your wealth or your money, and that could have really, people could have really taken advantage of that in the past. So if that's your case, that's why you feel like more drawn to being independent and just wanting to do it by yourself. But it's like in your heart, it's a burden to have to do it all yourself. And it's also because you could be someone who, if you're comfortable with someone, if your energy is comfortable with them, you want to be with them kind of all the time, like doing boring things like going to the grocery store or just regular tasks that you have to do. If you're with that person, it makes it like the best day ever. Like you just have so much fun. It's like you don't enjoy being alone or doing things alone. You just have felt like you've had to. But if there was someone you really felt comfortable with, you would want to build with them and create with them and have like a partnership. And this could even be multiple people, like a whole, like a really close friend group that you meet and you guys all come together. Maybe you're gonna create a band, I don't know, like it could be anything. But it's like this feeling of you can be successful on your own, but it won't have this like shine or glow or magic to it that people just, they're like, what is that? Like they don't know what it is, but they can just feel it or sense it. That's what you can create working with someone or working with other people. It's like you're meant to spread your ideas with others and them spread them to you. It's like you can help each other in ways that no one would be able to do on their own. It's a really important collaborative effort. So let's see what else may come up. I feel like this pile already gone on longer than the first? I don't even know. I'm trying to make them all even, but these are really specific. Okay, so with that being said, if you are like, yeah, I would like to collaborate with someone, I would like to partner with someone, I would like to have someone help, but there's just nobody there, just continue doing your best and taking care of yourself, but also trying to treat yourself in a more spoiled way, like being easier on yourself, nicer to yourself, kind of like actually spoiling yourself, letting yourself get away with anything, and just taking care of yourself so well. Like so this is a good thing to imagine. Imagine you are the priest or the priestess who's worshiping in the temple, but you're also the temple, but you're also the god or goddess that the temple was made for. Okay, you're all parts. So treat yourself, treat your body and your mind and treat yourself like it is that temple, and honor and respect yourself like you are that god, and then serve yourself like you are that priest or priestess, if that makes sense. That's how you're going to really attract someone that has that type of energy towards you, like this king, queen, god, goddess, like this powerful counterpart that matches your energy, and together you guys build something so amazing. So continue on doing your best, taking care of the things that you have to, but know that this is your destiny, and the more you get in this energy of feeling like that person who can be in that partnership, that's what's going to attract it to you. So Queen of Swords in reverse. This is guiding you to let down some of your boundaries, because if you are in that powerful position, you don't need someone who's truly powerful and abundant doesn't need to always protect themselves. That's taken care of. They're protected. They know that. They can speak freely, they can live freely, they can think freely and without fear of consequences. And that's what it's guiding you to be in that energy. Putting your guard down and knowing that you are already it. You are already there. You don't have to work for it. You are it because you deserve it. If that makes sense. Okay. Thank you for watching. You know what, real quick, I'm gonna get one from this pile since I didn't even pull that many. Let's see. The Law Fool. Know the law. So this, I feel like, is referring to like the law of attraction, the law of assumption, that type of thing. Just knowing this is you. You are this divine being destined for greatness. You already are great, but you're destined for even more greatness. You're destined for more abundance. Know this, believe it, and act as if you are that person, because you are. So start acting like yourself, because that's who you really are. And that will attract that exact life that matches to who that person is, to who you are. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, let's do pile 3, for finances, abundance. These are all turning out like more positive. I thought it would be more focused on actual money, but it's more focused on the energy. Okay. So for pile 3, how can they increase their financial situation, improve it for the better? Let's see what you got first of all. And I'm taking these all upright. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael and cornucopia. So even though I'm taking these upright, the fact that they came up reverse, I feel like the key to your finances is really your heart, which can be a good and hard thing at the same time, because that means the more you close off your heart and the more you shut things out, the more you're shutting off your abundance. So if you're someone who's been hurt, for example, and you just have to like isolate and just take care of your heart and just shut everything out, that means your resources are going to be shut out too. So in order for you to stay abundant, which you can, this is the good side of it, is it's always there for you, and it's not something you have to work a long time towards. It's literally like a switch you can turn on. That's the good thing, because but the way you keep that open and keep that ability to turn it on is by keeping your heart open. That means not turning cold, not turning mean, not like having all these defenses up, having this cold energy of pushing people away, because it pushes everything away. It may keep people away, but it keeps everything you want away as well, including the people who are going to love you and appreciate you and respect you. So this is really guiding you, and I feel like you have been working on opening your heart. So it's like you don't have a choice but to heal your heart and to heal your pain and your traumas, because if you don't, you're always going to be in a lack energy. So the only way you can achieve greatness, I'm hearing, is by keeping your heart open, because understand the reason why is that's how powerful your heart is, and that's why people have taken advantage of you in the past, because of your heart, because it was so pure and so open. And that's obviously why you close it. This isn't saying it was wrong to close off or to, you know, act cold because you had to protect yourself, and that's completely valid. This is just saying you need to feel the safety in opening your heart, like, because your heart is so pure. Understand, on some level, your heart exists in heaven, is what I'm hearing. So it exists in this physical plane, but it also exists in, like, you don't have to think of it like heaven, like in a religious sense. Just think of it like the highest, the most high divine space to be in, the purest source energy. That's where your heart, it's like your heart is a portal, and it is connected to there also. It's there and here at the same time. And so understand that because of that, yes, you're gonna feel so deeply and feel everything, but that doesn't mean it's not safe. Getting hurt doesn't mean it's not safe, which doesn't make sense, but just hear me out. Because of where it exists, like, it is untouchable. Like, your heart, it may be broken a billion times, but it will never be destroyed. Like, your heart is infinite. Your heart can stand anything. And I feel like if you know that, that's going to give you more strength, because you may have felt like your heart was trapped in these lower levels, these lower dimensions, because it just felt so heavy. But the truth is, it's connected to the highest source and power. And that's why it's so important to keep it open, not just for yourself, but for the world. Like, you literally channel this source energy to the world through this heart portal, through this heart center you have. You channel this energy, and it's not just for you. Like I said, it's for the whole world. Like, it brings it to everyone and to everything, and to the earth as well, like healing the earth from the, I'm hearing from the core to the crust, like healing from the inside out. So you have, like, it doesn't, I don't even want to say an angelic energy, because it feels like a higher than that, like higher than the angels, like more pure. Not even more pure, just like a bigger scale, like a, I don't know, I don't think words can really explain it. So I feel like this has really nothing to do with, like, you're not meant to be physically focused at all. You're meant to have whatever you want, though. Like, if you're craving, you know, a certain soup or a burger from someplace, you're meant to have it. If you see a really cute, comfy outfit that you want, you're meant to have it. I'm not saying you're not meant to have these physical things or have any physical desires, but that's never supposed to be the focus of your energy. The focus is supposed to be, because understand this, all you have to do is keep your heart open. That's where your focus, and everything else will take care of itself. But if you don't focus on that, if you focus on these other areas, trying to take care of these other things, and your heart, you know, stays closed or unhealed or broken, then it's like, it doesn't matter how hard you work in these areas, you're not going to see the results, because you're not open to that abundance. And you could do all these, you know, abundance manifestations or spells or affirmations, but it's like, as long as your heart is closed off, those are basically for nothing, because that's the center of everything for you. So let me get just one from the Fool's Tarot, because I've been getting one of these for every pile. The Meaning Fool. Mean what you say and do, and say and do what holds meaning for you. So this, I feel like, is about integrity, but speaking up for your heart, being a voice for your heart and for yourself. If you really trust that you're protected, that your heart is protected, because that's at the end of the day what everyone wants to protect. They're afraid of getting hurt, not just physically, but emotionally. That's where fear comes from, that fear of getting either physically or emotionally hurt. So if you knew you would always be okay, then would that change how you felt? Would that change how closed off you were? If you decided to, instead of focusing on wealth or money, what if you focused on assuming strangers were nice, or assuming people had good intentions for you? Keeping these ideas in your mind and seeing how, when you're out in the world, how it reflects back to you, how you seem to only run into kind people, or people who are willing to pay for your coffee, or to, you know, go out of their way to hold the door for you, or any of these things. It's like, let that be your focus. And the truer you are to yourself and to your heart, and before you could have been someone who had really trouble, like I'm having now, explaining or speaking, but I feel like the more you give voice to your heart and to your true feelings, because you also, I'm hearing some of you have felt like, people don't care what I have to say. Why speak up when people don't even care? Nobody asks for my opinion. I'm not just gonna go around trying to tell people what to do. No one cares. But people do need to hear what you have to say. People do care, even if they don't realize it until the moment they hear what you have to say, and then they realize how impactful it is and how important that message is for them. So don't hold back. Continue to heal your heart and to give it a voice, and to speak. The more you do that, you're going to speak more clearly. You're not going to stutter or trip on your words, or you're just going to speak exactly what you mean to say, exactly your intentions. It's going to come from your heart, and it's going to come from that place of truth, and people are going to feel it and know it. So that's important for you to remember. All right, thank you so much for watching pile 3, and I will see you next time.